Hello friends, HailTales here. So today we're jumping into a match up against Team Ace. It's our first match here in League 2. Starting on from here on out, we're going to go ahead and check out each athlete matchup and try to draft around that. So here in the top lane, we can see that we're behind in field hit, big time in harass rate and card attack rate. So we're going to try to make sure they're not on anything too scary carry-wise and kind of go for a more even-based tank route most likely. Jungle-wise, their fight evade is pretty high, but other than that, they're not too scary. Mid lane's pretty rough, actually. They're ahead on everything, especially harass rates. So we're going to want a big, strong mid laner here with good harass and is able to stay in lane a while. Their card attack rate's pretty high as well, so we might want to watch out for that. Bot lane's fine, relatively even for the most part. Their harass rate and card attack is a little bit higher, so we could kind of look to draft around that, but it's not too scary. And yeah, support's fine. Support's pretty even. So we just got to watch out, make sure top lane isn't too big carry-wise, and make sure mid lane we have a strong laner for us. So we're going into 5 bans here. We ban 3 first, then we pick 3, and then we ban 2. So things we immediately want to look for. We can go ahead and take out Bigfoot. Bigfoot's just really, really annoying, and the AI likes to play him. And we don't have him in the top lane, and I don't have anything we really like to play. So Bigfoot's probably fine. Baji is going to be really good in this meta with really strong crit rate items and having more gold, increasing the crit rate chance. So we'll probably end up banning that. And Tiger Boy's also pretty strong. We can get him out of the way. We don't have a lot of debuff takeaway, but we do have Beverly, for example. Let's go ahead and get rid of Baji first because we just know he's really strong. Immediately they're banning Beverly, so let's go ahead and take rid of Tiger Boy. We don't want to deal with that then. On top of that, if we're getting rid of Tiger Boy, are we scared? Are we more scared of Bigfoot with his debuffing ability and his strategy to be able to keep big cards in their hands? Or are we more afraid of Kamatachi? And are we looking to go more action-based? If we're going action-based, we can build with like Bunu Shan. But is Bunu Shan strong enough to survive in the mid lane against them with our difference in stats? And if you need to see the stats when you're in pick and ban, you can hover over the athlete icon and it will show you their stats, and then you can hover over your own and kind of compare that way. And if you press Alt, it'll swap page to show you their routine trait, but that doesn't really matter. If you also press Alt when you hover the heroes, you can see their cards if that's something you need when you're playing in pick and ban. I think we're gonna ban Kamatachi because we like playing it multi-action. But who are we gonna play who's multi-action? If we play Elmi, we can ban Kamatachi, but if we're not playing Elmi, we don't have to waste it because they don't have a lot of multi-action. I think we're going to ban Bigfoot here first, see what happens. Okay, they banned Amata, which is obnoxious, so we might want to start looking at jungle. We have to pick jungle in this round because they'll most likely pick jungle, and we don't want to leave 2 bans open for them to ban out our jungler. But I don't think we need to first pick it. I think I am going to end up first picking probably something in the bot lane here. Pasai and Palulu. What do we need to plan against that? They're going to have decent heavy hit rate. I mean, fights. They can make their fights longer. They're going to have an attack with draw card ability, which is kind of annoying. And they're going to have decent field heal. Or they're going to have buffs. I could go Wolfgang in the top lane and help scale off if they do buff people up in mid-fight, kind of absorb stats. We can also look to go in the bot lane. Deep Space could scale pretty well and help try to fight against that, and go something like Deadfire for extra damage in the bot lane, more card pull. Not more card pull, more card harass. I think we'll go Lady Deadfire here, and then we want cards that force people to move if we're going with that. We can also go field hit, so we can go Lady Deadfire. Elmi has one of those, but we can also go with the Detective or Marisi in the top lane. I don't want them to pick Marisi, so I think we're going to pick Marisi first, since we've just decided we'll most likely go something with field hit. And we see that they have a veteran level Marisi, and in the bot lane they're not picking Lady Deadfire, so they're not a priority. So we'll pick Marisi here first. See what they pick now. Mihawk in the mid lane. That's kind of obnoxious. It's a strong mid laner. And Gillis. Mihawk and Gillis. Dang. That is actually, like, horrendously annoying. Ooh. That's not fun. Okay, we can go Bunu Shan in the bot lane. Okay. Okay, that can be nasty. Wait. Do we have the play? I can go Bunu Shan, swap Marisi into the mid lane. Go Marisi in the mid lane to go up against Gillis and Mihawk's harass. Because if Gillis wants to just jump on the mid lane, Mihawk does do pretty damn good damage. I don't really want to play any of these. And then I can go Bunushan, Marisi, Wolfgang. But then once again, I leave my jungle open. I have to pick my jungle here, or else they're just going to ban it out. Although, I don't care if they ban out any of these. I can kind of fill my jungle in here. So we're going off book here. I think that's safe. We're going to pick Bunushan because she's the one that we want the most. I don't think we're going to swap Marisi into the mid lane yet, because we want them to focus on banning mid lane. I don't want them to focus on banning top. So we're going to select Bunushan here. We're going to select Lady Deadfire, because I don't want them banning Deadfire, because I don't have any other options that are going to fit into what I'm trying to do. Honestly, Fatty White, actually. Fatty White could be pretty nasty. Fatty White could be pretty nasty. Okay, so we'll pick Bunushan here. So since Fatty White could be pretty nasty, do we want to pick one of our junglers instead? I'd rather have Hakuna or Pirate Princess than Lubos. One Pirate Princess, because we're going to be going Wolfgang and Marisi, and that's two pretty tanky characters. Okay, they're picking Ada. Banning Crank, that's fine. That's a waste of a ban because we know we're not playing him. Who do we want to make sure it doesn't go crazy here? I can get Haas out of the way, but I'm not buffing up too many characters. Unless I play Fatty White. We can get QB out. Or we can force them onto something. Oh my gosh, wait. Ranged. We can just force them onto a 2-man Polulu comp. Deal. So we'll ban that. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm not going to ban Polulu because I want them to have to play Polulu. So instead, I think we'll ban QB and have them play Haas, who isn't going to be too scary. Because I don't have a lot of buffs, nor am I going to have a lot of shields. The only buff I'm going to have is when she transforms, I can play Wrath. Okay, so let's ban QB here. We're forcing them onto a pretty weird comp here. And then for us, we're going Lady Deadfire in the bot lane. Let's go Marisi. Let's go... I don't have a lot of items that I like playing with this character right now. I don't think she's like super crazy with crit stacks on her, and we don't have like a lot of straight AD items. So that's why we're gonna go Wolfgang instead of Cube. We can kind of take either one of them because both of them have decent field hit, but because of the items, we're gonna go with magic. So that's why I'm gonna pick this magical character, because they're hybrids, so they can pick both. And then, of course, our bot lane. Fatty White might not actually be a bad idea, just because with Lady Deadfire, stacking up that Dark Flame to increase damage taken is pretty good, especially against high health characters, and Mihawk does have heals. But like, how crazy is their damage? Honestly, like, that's the issue, is like their damage isn't like super crazy either for me to like want to play Fatty White, because I have 2 tanks. And we need something. We need some damage with Bunushan. Okay, I've decided we're playing Deadfire. We're playing Deadfire. I talked myself into it. Alright, cool. So we kind of forced them onto this Polulu comp where they only have two mages, and two physicals, and one of the mages already has like a really strong round 1 buff, so that's going to be overkill with the shielding, but that's fine. There's also not too many good shielding items that we have in the equipment pool, so we're not too scared of that. Bot lane can be kind of annoying though with their survivability. Mid lane with their buffs, buffs as well as their heal could be, kind of annoying. Medals here, every time your athletes complete one of the things, they'll get a reward here. We're not like super focused on it. A lot of the time your main carries are going to get medals. It's kind of hard to get some on the other characters. So right now, we're actually not going to select KDA or most impressive kills. We're going to go highest damage and highest economy, just because I like the stat spread a little more there. Alright, let's go next here. Item-wise, this is the big one. Let's look at... Who do we want to look at first? Marisi's probably fine to look at first. I'm not going to go with Amulet just because I don't want to pay attention to it. So the real question is, do we need double-layered armor or big vest? And I think we're going to go big vest just because they don't have like super crazy like damage. And there's not a lot of strong items that they can use. Ada's fine with crit, like don't get me wrong. And Haas is also going to be fine. But I think we're going to go that. And this is a fine build right here. Bunushan. Dealing the additional damage to the first target's fine. Antiquity's also fine. Do I want Stealth Dagger before I get Fake Antiquity? This is a really expensive build as well. It's like, do I want to spend this much money? And I think I have to, because there's like nothing else that I really want item-wise. I don't think Fragile Item Sticker is going to come in handy on Bunushan right here. Although I am going to get us transformed really fast. It's just I don't think it's going to be as useful. I think this is a fine build, but I don't actually want Vessel of Doom first. I think I'm just going to rush Stealth Dagger. I think that's fine. Fake Antiquity is better. I don't want the Feather. Okay, Letty Deadfire on the other hand, I do want the Feather. I do want Dew. And as my last item, I will go with Stealth Dagger as my last item, because that'll have Wolfgang and Marasi start getting tank here, and this will start just bringing in some extra damage towards the late game that we're going to need. Wolfgang items are going to be fun. We're definitely bringing in Dew. I love bringing in Dew on Wolfgang. Red Envelope is also really nice on Wolfgang, so we'll bring in that. And then Sledgehammer could also be pretty good. Sledgehammer could be pretty good with Dew on top of it. So we'll go Dew first, Red Envelope, Sledgehammer to fill it out. Pirate Princess here. Do we care about bringing in energy storage and getting her buffed? Also, do we care about Isolated Penguin is the question. I don't think I care about any of that. Mask of the Fury could be nice. Red Envelope could be nice. Could kind of make her a little bit tanky if we thought about it, but we don't need the super tanky stats. Energy Storage Chamber is a interesting pick here. We don't have like super good items for this character. Mask of Fury, Red Envelope stacking on top of each other is a little weird. Do we have something that can make that better? I could Boxing Glove it. I can go Mask Fury, Red Envelope, Boxing Glove if I want to just do full damage. Or I can go Energy Storage to keep her alive longer. I don't think I need to keep anybody alive longer, so I can go full damage. Increase crit damage by 15. That's 30 crit rate. That's going to give me 45 crit rate, and then I'm going to have more crit rate each time we level up because of our version. All right, that's a fine build, I think. Okay, and then we're going to want to stop by... I think I want to stop by top lane first, so... All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So things we need to worry about is our mid lane getting super harassed with Mihawk. I don't know if Marasi is going to be able to win that. With his cards, we might be able to push bot lane. I think we're going to win like no problem. Wolfgang in the top lane versus Haas is not something I'm super familiar with, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And then Gillis, we just have to remember that she can set up some pretty nasty ganks with her charms and all that. Now we're both meeting up here in the top lane. We did want to kind of go up here for the most part. If we look down in the bot lane, we are winning like crazy. We could free fire, so that means we can ignite. So we can ignite to stack 3 stacks of Dark Flame, which takes additional 20 damage, maxes 8 stacks. So we can stack that up 3 times and then free firing and try to kill Bolulu there. I don't know if that's enough damage to kill. That's 5. So that's going to leave us down with 4. We have Intimidation and Poke as well. Remember, everything, all field hit we do is going to stack up Bunushan. So that's why we're looking at that. We also just don't have any good initiations because we're under tower. So we're going to ignite Polulu. Free firing Polulu. Oh, so close. We missed 1. That's tragic right there. 9 HP left, but that's fine. That's fine. We're going to Intimidation, which is going to give us 2 points here, which is great. Missed that one, but that's fine. And then we're going to poke in the top lane. We're going to poke Gillis here because she has a higher hit rate, and we're not poking for the damage. We're poking to the D-stack Bunushan, so we're just going for hits. Okay. And that leaves us with 1 energy here. That's going to leave us with a lot of damage in the bot lane tower. And then nobody else is in like a super dangerous position. They could technically jump on the... Ooh, Drain Soul still forces Polulu back, which is fine. They're going to gold rush their bot lane twice. So we do have to watch out for Ada getting super out of hand, but we did build around that. Some damage here in the top lane. I mean, in the bot lane, Ada was able to push us out of the Hex once, which is strong by her. She does it twice there. Decent harass rate. Junglers are going to end up by mid lane now. Do we have anything that can happen? I don't think they have any jumps. Gillis isn't going to be able to do anything crazy. This is a 2v2, so Ada's support's fine. What's she supporting with? Concussion Grenade. Damn, she's applying a stun. That's actually kind of scary. Now, I don't know if we're going to die. Their damage isn't too... Oh my god, that's a big crit on our Pirate Princess there. Okay, perfect. RNG was in our favor right there. I did not think Mihawk was going to hit that hard, but you could see why we were worried about the mid lane losing. Luckily, Mihawk has a high going back threshold, so he is going back. I think it was at 40%, which is great for us. We have 2 people back in the Nexus, which is a little annoying, so we can't fit... we can't set anything up. Blitz isn't going to work on anything. We could instant slash up just to get farther in and start farming. We're going to instant slash over here to get 2 things, as well as hit Haas under tower. We also have ult time to throw away. Nice. Okay. Chain of War. We only have 1 token on it. So it's like, that's not going to do anything. I don't think even with 1 token, we're going to do enough damage to push people out. Could initiate on the bot lane, but I don't know if I have enough damage to do anything, especially if they have a shield. If Ada has a shield going into the fight, plus Palulu's shield with Bunushan's early game damage, it's just not something to write home about. So we're going to end turn here. We're going to get our Pirate Princess on the map a little farther and see if there's anything too crazy with what they're coming through. We do have Intimidation here, so we're going to hit 2 people. We missed 1, so we only hit 1. We're down at 37 stacks. We're going to Serenity Training. We're going to do it on Ada because she's slightly lower, and it's only 1% different than the hit rate. We're going to end here, draw 2 more cards, see where everyone ends. Pirate Princess is going to be down towards the bot lane, so we might be able to pull into something. Devouring Soul on 1 guy is fine. I think we'll do that just to make sure we keep Wolfgang in lane. Intimidation on the mid lane is great. Hit both. That's good for stacking wise. We have to remember we have Dragon in 1 fight here. It's going to be bot lane and jungle. That's a little scary. Initiate does not get our Pirate Princess in, but we can Racing Forward, but does that... That doesn't do anything with Racing Forward because it's not the other athlete card. There's another athlete card that lets you dash too, and it reduces the cost for initiation cards. Could have looked at that before I did my Intimidation and set that fight up. That was probably something smarter. I gotta make sure I'm watching out for that. So instead, we're gonna Reckless, Devouring Soul, get ready for Dragon, or we just Devouring Soul, we don't Reckless, and then we go the same time as them next time. And I'm not gonna Reckless because it's only a 60% chance. So we'll Devouring Soul, get the shield going, even if we don't get the hit. End turn here. Start the Dragon fight. Take the fight, for sure. Hopefully our Pirate Princess is able to start going crazy. And then remember, with our bot lane, we have overspeeding, so whenever we participate in a fight and somebody dies, we do push a lane once, so that's always good for keeping our pushing pressure going. 2 kills there, using our Pirate Princess passive. Bunushan did 13 damage. How? She did like 1 damage to a shield that just barely died. Alright, so we got our mask on our jungler, so that's good. Decent power buff right there. If we initiate on her, it does pull in Mihawk, and I don't know if we have enough damage to win that. Can I somehow move my bot lane up there? I don't have anything athlete card-wise to move my bot lane. Could go ahead and throw those cards away. I don't think I really care about them. Draw 5 cards is a lot of cards, though. So we want a treasure, of course. I think we're probably just going to Intimidation here. We'll quick thinking, see if we can pull in anything super fun. Flame Spread is nice, actually. Flame Spread is nice. I could use it to... So I can use Flame Spread here. Oh. No, because I'm not going to have enough to use Initiate. Alright, so once again, we're just going for full field hit. So we're going to Flame Spread. We're going to put her over here. We're not going to put her in the mid lane just because I don't want both of them hitting Maricide next turn at the exact same time. We're going to Intimidation, and then we're going to Overpower, see if we might be able to send her back. Yep, cool. We're going to Reckless Assault her too. And then that brings us down to 23 on the stacks. Do I want a perfect tempo here? I think it's fine to perfect tempo. I'm not going to have... Within 8 rounds, I'm not going to be anywhere that's crazy to initiate on. So we'll perfect tempo, start getting her stacked up for when she does transform. She's going to be a powerhouse. Defending on the bot lane is fine. They spawn in 1 turn, so it's kind of a waste because he's just going to go back anyway. So it just leads us to hit the mid lane tower more, so that's fine by me. Yep, now he teleports back. We're still hitting the bot lane, and I'm pretty sure we kill it anyways. So waste of energy that round, but that's fine. We got extra damage on the mid lane, so I'm not complaining, obviously. Ooh, they're pathing towards the bot lane. We're going to be in a kind of a weird position. No, they're pathing away because we took that tower, so we have that jungle space. All right. Blitz does reach. I could flame spread into Blitz. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if that's smart because I'm just so low on her, though. No, we're doing it. We're doing it. All right, so it's flame spread. Blitz. That's fine. Wickety wackety. God, I hope I don't die. I'm like so scared of just getting like triple crit on Bunushan and then crashing. Alright, Palula's almost dead there. Nice. Perfect, perfect. Bunushan barely took any damage. We're still a little worried about it. Bunushan has to go back, which is a little unfortunate, but we already took this tower, so we're not looking for too much push pressure. We're happy with our mid lane pick. The stat difference would have made different picks a lot more difficult to survive. Marici's doing absolutely fine. We haven't even had to play any of his pushing cards to keep up with turret damage. We've also had a good amount of times where we got to push Mihawk back, so that's good. If we look over on the right, you can see our Deadfire stacking buffs on everybody, so we do plan around that. We also see that they just hit a big item spike, so we're not going to fight this because we know 3 of them in the top side of the map, which is the 3 fighting this treasure, all just hit an item spike. So I'm going to go ahead and say no, just because I am pretty low health-wise. If we look gold-wise, though, I'm trying to remember what exactly we were building on Pirate Princess, because there is a chance that she actually has 2 items finished by the time that they all have 1. I can't see Ada's golds, but she's only doing the concussion grenade, which does stun. I think we're still going to say no to this. I don't think we have a big enough heads up to win that with the health difference, especially on our mid laner. So we're saying no to it. We have decent pressure on the map right now, so we don't want to force our guys to all go back. We're getting damage in the mid lane, getting damage in the top lane. They don't have a way to kill anybody at the moment, which is great. Alrighty. So I can Intimidation, start getting 5 stacks here. I can Free Firing and Intimidation, which is going to get her to transform fully. Alright, let's see if that works. 2, perfect. And then if we hit all 3 of these free firings, she's transformed. We missed 1, so she's not transformed quite yet, but we do have Ignite. We can Ignite on top of Polulu and force her back. Alright, perfect. So we're forcing Polulu back. We just got our transformation. We're going to go ahead, perfect tempo as well, end our turn here. We're not going to have a full hand of cards next turn, but I think that's going to be fine. We did get the most important thing, which was an early transformation. So now in the next dragon fight, we're going to have it. We're also going to have it for the next Herald fight. We can also start to look to make more aggressive initiations on the bot lane now. Mid lane, they're going to start doing more damage to the towers because they did get some of the objectives. We kind of forgot about that part. Giving them tower objectives right now during our version. Also, if you ever forget version during the game, you can press tab or hit this little button in the bottom left and click on version rules, and it'll show you the version that we have going right now. But right now, you can also see everybody's items that they are reaching. So you can technically check to see if there's anything super duper scary. Like, we know that her items are going to be pretty decent, but if we keep hitting her with AoE, with Bunushan being early with her transformation, we can kind of help with that. Also, Deadfire's buffs are going to help us crit through anybody. I don't see any item builds we're like really worrying about. This is a weird thing. Alright. Don't know what their top lane's building. We don't have like a lot of options here. We're not doing too much. We can outburst just to do some damage to one of these guys. We'll go ahead and do it on Polulu. We missed our first hit, so that sucks. We're going to quick thinking. Probably should have done that first. Devouring Souls just to heal our guy up before Dragon's fine. And then we're going to Wrath our bot laner, I think. Even though Wrathing our bot laner could lead Haas to stealing the buff, all that jazz, but we don't care. Mid lane's going to push up here. We can look to try to end the, get the bot lane turret down ASAP, so we get end the game. Adding Charms Obnoxious. What are they doing? Runic Ward before the dragon fight. It's going to make them extra beefy, though everybody's health is pretty equal. Our mid lane is pretty low, though. Can we take this fight? I think we're forced to take this fight and see what happens. Yeah, I think we're forced to take this fight and see what happens. We do have our stack here. Charm is obnoxious. They're stealing our gold from her, but she's not too farmed. I don't think we have any farm buffs on her right now. We have Wrath activated, which is awesome. Alright, let's get this going. Let's get this going. Come on, Wolfgang. The sad part is nobody really has any stacks of Deadfire except for Polulu. But hey, if we're able to nuke down Polulu early, I'm not arguing. Okay, so Bunushan transforms. Big hit on Polulu coming out of our Pirate Princess. Ooh. Okay, another hit on Polulu. Another hit on Polulu's going down, which is good. Last time we checked, Gillis had not yet got her item for when people die, so that's fine for us right now. Mihawk does have Dew, so he's going to be getting healed every round. We might have trouble killing more people than them right now unless we start RNG targeting Ada a little bit more. You guys can see Mihawk's health going up every round, so he is actually pretty tanky. Ooh, Wolfgang going down is pretty obnoxious because our other frontliner's going to go down right now, but I think we're just too much damage. Pirate Princess with her passive, destroying people. Big boost on damage right there from her passive. Good thing we got Bunushan transformed to this fight. Otherwise, without her damage after she got transformed, we would not have been able to win that. So that's why we were primarily focusing on field hit instead of initiating things or even trying to push down towers. By focusing down on like just the bot lane, we tried to spread out all of our field hit no matter what was happening. Could defend the top lane here. That might be important. We can send our Pirate Princess over there. She could also just instant slash. No, we're gonna boink, defend, bot lane, Pirate Princess, just so she heals, and then I think she just goes right onto the map if you use it for the jungler. The jungler doesn't go back to base or anything like that. And she'll be in the lane for I think it's 5 rounds that she defends, and Wolfgang's dead for 3, so she'll actually save this tower, which is great. We will get this bot lane tower, and I'm not going to use instant slash. I just don't need it. I'll sadly lose it, but it just wasn't worth it. Haas went back for some reason because we were on their Nexus. I kind of forgot about that part. Could close the game out right now, just kill Haas. So, easy game for us. Remember, right now during our version, close games apparently 4 cost. We could use Wrath. We don't really care. So, luckily, we were able to stick to our Bunushan transformation plan. We kind of baited them into the Polulu comp through our pick and ban, which made them have pretty reduced damage, as well as not having too much survivability because they only had 2 melees. So forcing them onto that Polulu comp really helped us out in the bot lane. It gave us a lot of pressure in the bot lane, especially with them playing Ada. So we were able to take advantage of that. And then when they saw with the Mihawk in the mid lane, he has strong sustain, but he doesn't have a lot of damage. So we made sure we had a really beefy top laner and mid laner, and then took advantage of all the team fights late in the game to kind of push that in and win. Went a little more smoothly than we expected, but we're happy. Pirate Princess here getting the MVP actually surprises me. I kind of forgot how much she was popping off through her passive, and the other vote being for our support, Yura and Lady Deadfire, is actually pretty nice to see. I always like it when the support gets voted up there, because the Deadfire stacks definitely helped us kind of burn them down quickly, even through the Polulu shields. So our jungler going 7-0-2, 28.7% of the damage, as well as 100% kill participation is huge. We stacked up 9 kills here, built around getting strong dueling capabilities out of people who enjoy crit. That's kind of what we built around there at the jungle. So our item choice there on her was great. Our mid laners just kind of, our mid and our top kind of just survived. We're tanky. Wolfgang was a fun option, even though a lot of his field hit that we tried to use didn't actually land, but it was still good. Marisi, obviously in the mid lane, was going to get the double hits all the time. Sometimes when he's in the top lane, when it's your turn with Intimidation, the jungler's in the bot lane, you actually don't get that double hit. But when he's in the mid lane, as long as the jungler's not back in base, he normally is able to hit everybody. And then, yeah, our bot lane went super smooth. We won that bot lane primarily through pick and ban. Even with the 5 bans, we baited them into the support pick there. We made sure that we were prioritizing somewhat decent in pick and ban. We could have tried to focus on a better jungler if we thought something was too crazy, but luckily we had Pirate Princess to fall back onto. If we had to pick something like Lubos, that actually might not have gone as well because we wouldn't have had as big a kill potential with her passive, which helps us get through the Polulu shields. But I'm happy with how pick and ban went. We're happy with how the game went, and I'm glad that we were able to start off our first match with a win. Here you can see the damage charts. We made sure that they just had super weak damage. Mihawk pumps, okay? Don't sleep on Mihawk as a damage dealer, okay? If you need a damage dealing mid lane, you throw Mihawk in, he slaps. But we made sure we kept everybody else down. Haas wasn't able to do too much. Now, Wolfgang didn't do too much either, but Wolfgang just stayed alive and did his job by not losing our tower. So, that's the game right there. Next game we will start in the next video. Good to see Yura start to break through. If you guys are interested, I've been slowly skipping the routine phase just because the videos get pretty long with it, but if you guys are interested in seeing it, because I do pick things like skills and our athlete cards in it, if you guys, that's something you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments and I can start doing a routine week part in the video, and I can probably break it down and edit it, maybe try to make it a little bit faster, just not to keep the video by going too long. But if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know down the bottom. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for staying in the end. Bye.